Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Batter. I'm an Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship awardee and an MBA graduate from Corvinus University of Budapest. And if you want to know more about how to get the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship, please subscribe to my channel and I will upload new videos every week. I received the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship in 2018 and I came to Hungary in the September of 2018 and I had spent 2.5 years of my life in Budapest and this was the best years of my life. Hungary is so beautiful country and Budapest is it's so amazing. So first let's talk about what does this scholarship cover. So if you get this scholarship, you will get tuition-free education and monthly stipend of 43,700 forints, which is about 120 euros per month. 120 euros is not enough in big cities like Budapest, but it's okay for smaller cities like Szeged and Debrecen and Pécs. For me, it wasn't enough to cover the everyday life costs, so I had to work to cover all of my expenses, including travel and going out with my friends. So, of course, you are living abroad and you need to go out and travel, especially if you are living in the center of Europe. So, the 43,700 forints is not enough for traveling and going out. So I suggest you to find a part-time job or a student job or paid internships. So I will talk about how to find jobs and paid internships and on my next videos. So please subscribe to my channel. And the accommodation is free. Usually the universities in Hungary, they provide a free dormitory for the new international students. For example, the Corvinus University of Budapest, they only provide the dormitory for the new international students, and after a year all of the new international students have to move out from the dormitory. And sometimes they can't provide a dormitory for all the new international students, so we had to find a room or apartment to rent in Budapest. So if you are not accepted in the dormitory, the Stipendium Hungaricum will give you 40,000 forints per month to cover your accommodation expenses. For 40,000 forints, you cannot find a room to rent in Budapest. For example, if you are looking for a room to rent in Budapest, it's usually cost around 70,000 to 120,000 forints, depending on the location and how many people are living in that apartment. And if it has a nice furniture or not. So there are so many criteria. So 40,000 is not enough, and so you need extra around 20 to 30,000 forints for every month. So you still need to work, or if your family can send you money from your country, that's a good thing. And third thing is Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship provides free medical insurance. So they provide you the two medical insurance. One is the public medical insurance, which usually covers all the diseases, including dentists, and also the private insurance, which only covers certain diseases and doctors. So when I was studying in Hungary, I usually contact my private insurance first, because if you cannot speak Hungarian, it's difficult to go to public hospitals to get a treatment, because most of the doctors and nurses cannot speak English, and so it's quite difficult So if I contact my private insurance, they speak English, and they will they can find you an English-speaking doctor in the city center. So I used to always contact to my private insurance company. For doctoral students, the monthly stipend is quite higher than the master's and bachelor students. Doctoral students' monthly stipend is 140,000 forints each month, which is around 390 euros each month. So it's enough to rent a room in the city center and to cover all of the expenses. So Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship is funded by the Hungarian government. Currently it has 29 participating universities and 80 countries around the world, and more than 600 full degree and non-degree programs included in this program. So in this scholarship you can actually apply for the non-degree program, which means the Hungarian preparatory course, and also degree programs like bachelor, master, and one-tier master. One-tier master means you will have to study 5 years, and at the end of the 5th year you will have a bachelor and master's diploma together, and of course the doctor's studies. And the bachelor degree of Hungary usually require you to study 3 years, but if you cannot complete it in 3 years, you can extend your scholarship for 1 more semester. And for master's studies it usually requires 2 years, and for the doctoral studies it's 4 years to complete the doctor's course. Now let's talk about the application process and selection process of the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship. Application opens on 15th of November of each year, and it closes on the 15th of January. So the application period is 2 months, from November till the 15th of January. So I suggest you to prepare your motivation letter and any other related documents before November, and you can actually apply directly when it's open. I think that the application process is different depending on the each participating countries. There are organizations called sending partners in the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship. For example, Mongolia's sending partner is actually the Ministry of Education of Mongolia. So our application process didn't have to apply to the sending partners in the beginning. So we just should have to directly to apply the official Stipendium Hungaricum website. But in other countries they require you also to apply to your sending partner and also to the application. So please check your sending partner's information first, and the application doesn't require you to pay anything. It's completely free. The first selection process will begin from February, and at the end of February they actually finish the first selection procedure, so that every sending partner select the eligible applicants first. So if your country didn't select you for the first selection process, that's the end of the story. So the first thing you need to is get selected from your country, from your sending partner. And every sending partners they send every eligible applicant's information to the Tempus Public Foundation. So Tempus Public Foundation is the main organization which is organizing the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship. So from the middle of March until the end of May, the second selection process will continue. And during this time, usually your selected 2 universities will contact you and will get exams and interviews from you. About how to ask for the exams and interviews, I made 2 separate videos, so please check it from here. or from here, I don't know, sorry. So it's in here, and the link is here, so please check it out. So for the universities, it usually takes a month to give the final answers, and they send the conditional offers in a month later after the final interviews. And after you get the conditional offer, it usually takes 1 more month to get the final scholarship decision from the Tempus Public Foundation. And for example, last year they sent the unconditional offer, like a final scholarship decision. It's called the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship Award Letter, and they sent the award letters to the students on the 3rd of July in 2020. So this year maybe it may be earlier because of the corona pandemic, so maybe at the end of June or the beginning of the July you will get the final decision from Tempus Public Foundation. Now let's talk about how to apply for the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship and which documents you need to prepare. So the first thing is, of course, the online application. So I will write down the link of the online application. Oh, sorry, actually I cannot write it down because it's not open, but I will write down the official website link of the Stipendium Hungaricum website in the comment down below. And the second thing is the motivation letter, of course, and it's usually around 3,000 to 4,000 characters. And proof of language, which means if you are studying in Hungarian language, you have to provide a proof of Hungarian knowledge, but most of the international students study in English, so you will need a IELTS or a TOEFL certificate, but it depends on each university's requirement. For example, most of the Hungarian universities require you to have a minimum score of 5.5 of IELTS, so it's not that high. And of course, the previously completed courses certificates, which means if you are applying for the master's course, you will need to provide your bachelor courses, diploma certificate, and its translation if it's not in English or Hungarian, and if it's in English it's okay, and also all of the transcripts. And but some universities, they actually require you to get your diploma apostilled and require you to send your apostille certificate to the university. So I actually made a video how to get your diploma apostilled in here, so please check it out. And of course, if you are applying for the doctoral studies, you need to provide a research plan, and also you will have to contact to your supervisor at your applying universities, and you need the supervisor approval letter from your university. It's actually the mandatory list. And from this year, because of the coronavirus pandemic, they are requiring every applicants to get a mandatory medical certificate, which requires you to upload your vaccination certificates for the COVID and hepatitis and many other epidemic viruses that you have to prove that you already vaccinated for it, either you have the negative test results. And also, of course, the identification document, and actually they don't ask you to upload the passport first, which is a good thing. If you don't have the passport yet, you can just upload your national ID, and if after you got the final decision, you can apply for the passport. But applying for a passport is quite easy in Mongolia, so but I don't know about other countries. It's better to apply for your passport earlier. And also additional documents to upload for the art studies. It's called portfolio. So if you are studying art and music, you need to upload your portfolios onto the application system. And I think I covered almost most important parts of this scholarship. And if you have any more questions, please ask it on the comment down section below, and please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every weekend, and usually I try to make contents in English in every 2 weeks, and Mongolian contents in every also 2 weeks. So please be with me and subscribe to my channel, and see you next week, or see you next in 2 weeks. Okay, who cares?